as an architect. I had spent the early 70s working with a large firm in projects in the Middle East, in Kuwait in particular, and I saw the impact of the oil embargo, saw what difficulty it was producing in this country, and I just felt the need to respond to that in some way. And from that point, I took an active interest in alternative energy sources, solar energy in particular.
I was also interested in saving energy, and we had been through the energy crisis in the early 70s, so we knew that prices were going to go up on fossil fuels and electricity, of course, as well.
When it came time to build, we focused on the design to make it environmentally friendly. That meant that the building had to be oriented in a certain way, south-facing, and acknowledgement of the neighbor's concern had to have a very small footprint, which meant that we had to go vertically to capture all the space we needed. And that brought us higher up into the trees and, better view of the sky from that point of view. The first thing we did was to make sure that the insulation was as maximum as possible. All the other decisions are based on the assumption that the building is well insulated. When it came time to the solar, the building was oriented appropriately, but the choice of systems was rather limited. So we had to pick what was available in the market. Well, the collector then was not as nearly as fancy as they are today. The collectors then was basically an air system. The company we went to had a contract from NASA that showed that an air system with rock storage in the basement was just as good as a wet system, one that used plumbing pipes and water. So we went with that, and we kept that system intact for about 25 years. In 2006, we abandoned the airspace system. It outlived its purpose, useful life. And we went to a photovoltaic system that would generate electricity that we could match with a heat pump. We found out that there was a company in New Hampshire called KW Management. They gave us a proposal for 35 evergreen panels, about 115 watt panels for a total of a 4 kW system. The 2006 system lasted about only 13 years. It served us well. They were maintenance free, and we got negative electric bills in the summertime. We looked at the recently introduced low temperature heat pumps by a company called Hallowell International out of Maine. Their heat pump was a good match for the evergreen panels. In 2019, on the third iteration, we came up to 365 watt panels that tripled the capacity of the system with the same area of a roof. So we looked at the market and found that Carrier offered a really excellent unit. It was called the Infinity model. And that turned out to be an excellent match with the new panels. Combination heating and cooling, we're very pleased, and that's what we're still using today.
It's a very dependable system. I can't think of any reason not to do it, not to change. If you are at a point where your heating system needs an update, definitely consider heat pumps. And if you have the opportunity, the roof for photovoltaics, I highly recommend it. When we switched just about a year ago to the induction stove, we have found it's just wonderful. It heats up water. It has a supercharger thing. It heats up water, I think, faster than a gas stove would do. It's easy to clean. I probably keep that stove cleaner than my old.
I love to see architecture solve functional problems and look nice. Challenging projects are particularly interesting to me because it's more rewarding when you develop something that took a lot of effort.